What's going on, guys? Welcome back to AFL TV. Hope you had a fantastic new year and welcome to 2022. We just got back from the LEGO store and they just released a ton of new sets and we're really excited to show you guys. We picked up 5 total new city sets, which we're going to review on the video today. And there's going to be some stuff that we like, some stuff that we dislike. And again, we bought these with our own money, so this is an honest review, not sponsored by anybody or LEGO. So we're going to give you our honest feedback and it all starts right now. All right, guys, welcome back. So as mentioned in the opening, today we're reviewing 5 of the brand new LEGO city sets that just came out on January 1st of 2022. Now, this is not all the ones that LEGO just released. It is just a collection of 5 that we thought looked really cool in the store and we wanted to review today. So we're gonna unpack each one, show you guys the fully built model, and then kind of talk about what we like, what we dislike, and if it's a good deal. So let's dive on in. We're actually going to start with our favorite set of the 5, and that is the new mobile crane, set number 60324, containing 340 parts and for sale for $39.99 USD, or about 40 bucks. And keep in mind, that's about 11 cents a piece, which is one of the best prices of the group that we're going to share today. And we'll touch more on that in a moment. But the functionality of this is what really draws us to the crane. It is built similar to a Technic set, if you guys have ever played around with the Technic gears. It has functionality that moves the crane up and down. It can also swivel, and it also has stabilizers that come out from the sides, which is a really cool added touch. The rope itself can be controlled, or the wire, and although the arm doesn't extend with any gears, you can do it manually. Another really interesting part selection that LEGO chose is when you actually push the crane, there's a little bit of resistance, and I think that's for when it's placed on a slope so that it's stabilized. If you remove a wheel, you can see that they use this interesting piece back here that adds a little bit of friction to the wheels for this. And when you build it, you'll see that the wheels are a little bit different than other sets. And I think that's done so that it doesn't slide down slopes. So overall, the mobile crane was the #1 favorite of the group of 5 sets that we got. Now let's move on to number 2, which is the horse transporter, or set number 60327, which consists of 196 total parts. It's for sale for $29.99 USD, which comes out to about 15 cents per part. And that's a little high, honestly, for a LEGO set. And this is what I was talking about earlier. So typically when we look to buy a LEGO set, we look for a part out cost of about 5 to 10 cents. That's a pretty good deal in relation to when you compare buying the pieces from Bricklink or a third-party seller. If you look at one of the newer sets, such as the Boutique Hotel, which is 3,066 parts or 200 USD, it's roughly less than 7 cents a part, which is a really good deal, especially by today's LEGO standards with inflation and everything else. So when you look at a set like this, the horse transporter and everything that you get, while it's a really cool set, it's definitely pricier at 15 cents per piece. But with all that out of the way, let's unpack it because it is still a really cool set and I want to show you guys some of the details. So it comes with a trailer that detaches with an open back and a SUV with a top that comes off, which is really cool. Like how both these turned out. The only thing about the trailer that I don't like is the top is not completely in line. It's not uniform. The curves of some of the bricks don't actually align. Like they use panels in some areas and then bricks in others, so it doesn't line up perfectly and it kind of bugs me a little bit. Also, they use red on the bottom and then pink on the gates or whatever you call these things for horses. And I wish that these matched, because while I like the coral color and I think it is fitting for certain sets, I wish that these matched more closely. I just think it kind of looks weird. It might just be a personal opinion. And then the horse that comes with it's really cool too. It comes with a little saddle, which I thought was a nice touch, and the legs move, and you know, it's a good detail with a good minifig. The other minifig that comes with it is this little guy here. He's using a sweater that's been used in other sets, and then it also comes with a little husky, which I thought was kind of odd for a horse arena, but maybe that's more common than I realized. I don't know. The vehicle is really cool. It also kind of reminds me of the Range Rover or the SUV that we came out with. You can find that on our channel for free as a build tutorial. I'll link it up above. But it does kind of resemble the one that came with this set. And honestly, if you attach the tractor, it would work kind of well. So thought that was interesting. But overall, you know, it's a good set. This came in at number 2 and definitely would recommend it. Okay, and coming in at number 3, or middle of the pack, is Picnic in the Park, set number 60326, 147 parts total, and it retails for $19.99 USD, which is about 13 cents per piece. So not the best deal out there, but honestly for 20 bucks, it's a pretty decent set and we liked it overall. Let me point out some of the details of it because I thought, you know, a few of the elements they chose and one minifig in particular is pretty cool. So our favorite new minifig was this guy because of his park ranger outfit. I could see using this elsewhere in the Lego City, and I think it's a really cool fig. I don't know if you guys agree, but honestly, I think it's the best one of the bunch for this one. But outside of that, let me show you some of the other details, including the squirrels, which are pretty cool. It comes with a little bike courier. The picnic setting itself is pretty nice, and then it also comes with this odd little maintenance vehicle. Personally, I didn't really find this all that attractive. It might just be me, but you know, I don't think this looks like anything I've ever seen before. So all in all, for 20 bucks, I mean, not a bad set. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I think I would for 20 bucks. But again, it's middle of the run. So moving on to number 4, it is a set that I really wanted to love, and there is a lot to like about it, but there's also quite a bit that I disliked. So we can unpack this. It is the hospital set, and there's a lot of hype around this one. And again, it is something that I'm kind of mixed about, and I'll explain why in a second. But let's dive on in. So this is the new 2022 City Hospital set number 60330, 816 parts, and it retails for 119 USD. Or about 15 cents per piece. So definitely on the expensive end. For what you get, you know, it's an interesting set. The vehicles are a bit odd, but you do get a lot of minifigs. So let me show you those guys up close because I do like the selection that they included. It's a pretty good mix of doctors, nurses, hospital staff, patients. You even got like a stunt guy. You have a clown for the children's area, which I'll touch on again in a moment. You have kids and you even have a baby. So, you know, overall, pretty good mix of minifigs, if I have to say. And I, you know, maybe that factors into the overall price. I don't know. But I think if you were going to get this set, I would definitely encourage it for the minifigs and a couple other items that I'll touch on. In my opinion, the ambulance looks okay. I don't love it. I also really don't like the helicopter. I think it just looks really basic. Also on the front, the sign for the hotel isn't really properly attached, so it kind of spins around. I would have liked to keep it straight rather than just letting it kind of flop around like this. Additionally, you know, the overall hospital build is interesting. Down below, it opens up to show kind of the children's area, and I thought this was a really cool touch that Lego did, having like a children's area in here. But I also kind of felt that it was weird that that opened, but the tops didn't, because for people like me, it was kind of hard to get inside with bigger hands. Like I can't really access the baby carriage or any of the other, you know, interior areas that easily without the roof coming off. Also strange are these two seats on the roof. Like why are they here? I mean, there's like no railing or anything. That was just kind of odd to me. There's a squirrel and a tree down on the lower level, which is pretty cool that they added the greenery, but the seats up top was kind of bizarre. Additionally, the road in front is cool, but why didn't they use the normal lane tiles that come with the road plates rather than the white and gray tiles? That was kind of weird. And on the inside, really cool MRI machine, but it would have been nice if it was more circular and true to a true MRI machine. It does allow you to move the stretcher back and forth, which is a pretty cool feature, I thought. And I thought it was cool that they added that. And then kind of moving around the hospital, there is a bathroom on the side, but again, kind of hard to access, you know, and it's pretty simple, but I guess it's pretty cool to have overall. And that's kind of the back side of the hospital. Again, you know, it does give you access, but it's still kind of weird. I would have liked the roof to come off to access it a little bit more. Two more things to touch on would be the rare color used for the ambulance and throughout the hospital. It's this kind of like fluorescent yellowish green, and it's used pretty extensively. Although it is a little bit transparent, it's kind of hard to see right here, but I don't think that this particular dye for Lego plastic works super well. It's hard to see on camera, but when you actually have one in person, you can kind of see through it, so you see some of the pieces below. You know, it's an interesting color choice. I think it works with the set, but definitely unique. Moving on, the last thing I want to say is I thought it was really cool of Lego to focus this hospital in particular on a maternity ward. Most of the inside is built out for either children or mothers, you know, giving birth, and the overall hospital kind of seems to be geared towards that rather than just a traditional, you know, medical hospital. And I thought that was really cool of LEGO to go that direction for this year. The last thing to say too is the use of the windows. They use these really cool new, I don't know if they're new or not, but they're panel windows where it's 1x6 and you snap the panels in, and then the doors down below are basically 3 stud wide. So really cool parts in that regard, which I think you could definitely use in a traditional city. But I'm quite torn overall on recommending this one. I think for the rare color parts, you know, it's probably worth the price and all the minifigs that you get. But overall, for 15 cents a piece, you know, you might be better off just getting those parts on Bricklink. If your city really needs a hospital and you're not looking to do something, you know, grand scale, then I think it's a good addition. But if you're looking for something a little bit more realistic or a little bit bigger, then I would probably hold off on buying this one. Okay, and for the last set of the day, or set number 5, is the Beach Lifeguard set. It's another set that I really wanted to love, but overall I just kind of like. Set number 60328, 211 parts total, and retails for $39.99 USD. This comes out to a whopping 19 cents a piece, which is just insane. I mean, you could probably honestly build this from the ground up, ordering parts on Bricklink, and it would be cheaper. I can't confirm that, I haven't tried it, but honestly, almost 20 cents a piece is pretty ridiculous for a brand new LEGO set. So with that said, let's unpack it because there are some cool parts that do come in it, but overall, I can't say I'd recommend it. The minifigs are pretty cool. I do really like the lifeguard, and the little girl picking up trash is probably my favorite. I love the LEGO is showing people how to clean up our oceans. They desperately need to be cleaned. There's a huge plastic issue going on, and living close to the beach myself, you know, I witnessed it firsthand. So I love that LEGO included this little girl picking up trash. I think that is awesome. But outside of that, you know, it's a pretty basic set, which I hate to say, but you know, it's not something I would probably use in my own city. There is a part in here that's really important though, and that is the road plate back here. So typically when you buy a road plate set, you get one that is a crosswalk. So if you have a section of your road, you know, if you're using these new road plates, and you either have a small gap or you don't want to use one of the square pieces that come in the set, well, these unprinted ones are actually really handy, and they're kind of hard to find unless you order it from the missing pieces on lego.com or on Bricklink. So I'm really happy to see that in a set. There was one in a set last year, and it's a little bit more common this year. Definitely a piece that would be handy for you. You know, and this was a set that I was actually really looking forward to, given our beach, and hopefully finding a way to somehow incorporate it. But again, unfortunately, I just don't think this set is worth it based on the price per piece. So unfortunately, I can't recommend it. But you know, if you happen to grab one, let us know in the comments what you guys think. But again, you know, it's just not something I can recommend at this point. All right, guys, well, that's it for today's video. It was just a real quick overview of the 5 sets that we picked up that we thought looked the coolest out of the new ones that came out. We do kind of want to try our hand at redesigning one of them, specifically the mobile crane. We've done this before, kind of with the city sets in particular. The city bus is probably one of the ones that's most famous on our channel. We redesigned it with opening doors that are, you know, more true to a real bus in real life. So if that's something you want to see, let us know and we'll give it a shot. Additionally, if you're not subscribed here, please do consider subscribing. We have a lot of fresh new content coming out this year, and we're really excited to share with you guys, including our city build, which can be found up here. It's growing really fast, and you guys seem to be really digging all the changes. So we have some really exciting ones planned for this month. Can't wait to share them with you. But anyway, that's it for today's video. Thanks again for watching, and we will see you next time.